And thanks, Winner, for a nice introduction and warm welcome. First and foremost, let me thank Dr. Gunge, my dear friend, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to connect with students. I will say you really took me 2 decades down the line. Okay, it's a sense of deja vu kind of experience to deal with college students. So some 20, 21 years back, to be very precise, I was also part of you guys sitting on the opposite side of it and learning from some industry folks and all, and just taking it up. And I must even appreciate efforts by, say, Professor Suhasini and her team, even Yash. So 2 days back, you guys could connect with me, and there were some challenges as far as whenever you connect MacBook on such platform because of all these security constraints and all. So that was managed very well. And the most important thing I could see is definitely, guys, the way I guess things are planned. Okay, it's well in time, quite punctual. Okay, immaculately planned, I will say. At 11:30, the earlier speaker he stopped, and I got opportunity at 11:45. So I must say that okay, there must be a lot of planning to make this particular session a wonderful session. And another thing is today is a Sunday, so thanks for making it convenient to attend. I understand that you have some say Sunday sessions or with a family and all. So definitely a lot of things may be planned. So thank you for accommodating this particular session and all. While I was discussing with Dr. Gunge, so he just asked that, okay, is there any possibility if you can share or leverage your experience? So guys, thanks, Winner has already shared. I have 2 decades of experience, 21 years by now, and work with pure plays as well as multinationals. So I will try my level best to share this experience. Definitely, as far as this, whatever I am sharing, these are my own views, guys. So these are not views of Capgemini. So I would like to make this particular disclaimer over here. And in future, if you want to really connect, definitely you are more than welcome to connect with me. You can take my coordinates from Dr. Ghunge. It will be my pleasure to connect with students, and whatever I can pass it on to you, I will definitely pass it on. Okay, so I guess let me go back to our session. I am sharing my screen. Okay. I guess you'll have to share it. I don't have many slides as such. Yes, can you please do the needful? This is stopping me now.
Yes.
In a minute.
Kindly make sir co-host to share the screen.
Okay, I guess I. Can you see my screen now, guys?
Yes, perfect.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So welcome to this session, guys. Emerging IT opportunities in a disturbing times, and definitely, to the best of my knowledge, we all are worried. So if you see, let me go back to the first slide of it. Okay, so everybody is thinking it. These are really very disturbing times. So if I see today, it's a 70th day of a lockdown, unprecedented crisis. So if you go back, say in the month of Jan and Feb, nobody would have really thought of it. This is once in a lifetime event which has come in. Okay, some of the folks they say that okay, 100 years back there was something like this had happened and all, but anyway, that was too back, and nobody would have ever thought this would be a kind of a situation. Now, many of you would have planned some summer vacations and a lot many things as far as month of April and May are concerned, and everything, see, literally went down the drain and all. If you see, as far as the unemployment is concerned, there are too many job losses. There are a lot of companies, if you really look at it, they are not ready to even disclose their Q2. And to the best of my knowledge, you would see Q2s would be little say pathetic as far as all the organizations are concerned, because they could not produce. If you look at manufacturing industries, consumer product retail distribution, lot of problems, lot of job losses, because in many cases, unlike IT industries, where 80 to 90% of work you can do it to work from home. However, the way we support, we always support to different domains. So if you look at manufacturing, auto, life sciences, consumer product, retail, aviation. So here you require a person to be there in office. And from that perspective, this particular work is not done. There are a lot of things where you literally have to be there because of some confidentiality things, some data issues and all. You cannot take that work back to your home. So from that perspective, to manage the thing, the operation cost is increasing. You would have seen that. Irrespective of that, companies, they still have to pay the salaries. Companies, they still have to manage their rentals and all. And companies still are in a position that, okay, for 2 months, let us see that, okay, this particular tension will go away and things would be back on a track and all. Couple of companies, maybe in the US, you would have heard, or maybe the different geographies, that they have started applying for bankruptcy. Many of them, wherever there were the contracts, and just for your information, there are some contracts where you mention force majeure clause. So one of a clause that is force majeure, that means you can invoke the termination of a contract working with the company and all. So maybe in some cases, you might have seen that, okay, this specific clause they could not invoke, the reason being this, the word pandemic or epidemic was not part of, say, maybe a contractual obligation. So maybe going forward, guys, you would see that this specific word would be part of a contract. So this is a learning for most of us in this unprecedented crisis. We faced very difficult realities also as a part of this. You might have seen that, okay, the day it was, I guess there is some, should I make any changes? Okay, some annotations and all were coming up and all. I hope I am loud and clear, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, it's clear. It's clear.
Yeah. So maybe if you look at it from a perspective of a stock market, say 3 months down the line, you might have seen the stock market collapsed very badly. You would have seen that many companies shares and all, they were impacted close to 30 to 40%. Although right now, month of June, we are looking forward that, okay, these companies are starting and we are on the recovery mode. However, there were a lot of problems. Now, the next and most important thing is severe supply and demand disruption. So most of the companies, the way they earn, it is totally depending on supply and demand kind of. So every day you get a supply, you produce, you sell, you get a money. So as far as this cash projections are concerned, everything depends on the supply and demand. So that also got impacted. And mostly the last but not least, the point is fears and uncertainties. I guess I could see some drawings people are making over here. Can I, one sec. Uh, how can I close this, guys? Any? Yeah, I'm approving that. Okay, I guess we will start. I hope and trust you would support for this particular without any drawings and all on the screen. It's not allowing me to press this button, although I'm approving it. Yes, can you, or should I decline this?
Sorry, I'm not able to access your remote. It's fine. Please, guys, do not annotate anything on the screen. Let the speaker speak.
Yeah.
Okay, and share the screen. Please do not annotate on the screen anything.
Yes, can you make out who is doing that?
No, sir, I can't make out.
Dhananjay sir, on the more options, you can go and you disable the annotations
1 sec.
on the top of the screen, sir.
Yeah.
More options.
More options. Where are those?
Top, sir. At the top of your screen, sir.
Okay.
Disable annotation, sir.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Done, sir.
Yeah, done. Let me go back to my screen. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Should I decline this? Okay. Oh. This is, can you see my screen? I am not in a position to remove this request. Yes, can you do the needful?
Yes, we are able to see the screen, and the annotations are also off.
Yeah. So I can see Yash Shah is requesting remote control of your screen.
Just decline it.
Yeah, I'm trying to decline, but I'm unable to, I guess. Let me take this as a mouse and decline. Okay, great. Okay.
Perfect. Let's start the session once again.
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay.
Thanks. Thank you very much. So guys, let us see the brighter side of it. Okay. So we just heard and discussed about the crisis part of it. And these are mostly pessimistic views whenever we look into, say, all these problems and all. But at the same time, it's not possible that, okay, we will be just sitting at home, folding our hands and doing nothing. Let us look at some brighter side of, say, what this specific thing has really helped. So one is ample time. So I don't think that, okay, we ever had got so much of a time to be mingle with our family. But at the same time, if you look at it from a work perspective, I have seen that we are working really more. Okay, the productivity has increased a lot. Look at it where I stay in Andheri side and I have to go to see Airoli for a work. Okay, I used to spend close to 1 hour 30 minutes every side, so 3 hours daily only into a travel time and all. So those 3 hours I really can work more and deliver more. So the productivity has increased. That is the brighter side of it. You would have seen that, okay, it's a cleaner environment. Or maybe these carbon footprints might have increased, and there were certain news that, okay, you can see the Himalayas also, and many things which are happening from a perspective of say less pollution. Even in Delhi things have improved. Okay, even in Mumbai, if you see our index, pollution index, which was very bad, and now things have definitely, those have improved also. Now, third thing, and you would have heard a lot of news, and that is from a perspective of work from home as a new normal. Till now, not a single organization might have thought about it that, okay, this is possible. If you look at the kind of investment we make in, say, all these buildings, infrastructure, okay, and see this particular investment for certain scope of a work or maybe certain activities, if people can work from home, definitely it's a huge saving. And this huge saving, out of that, we even can pass it on to our customers as well. So it's a new normal, and almost each and every organization, they have adopted this work from home new normal. You would have seen from a perspective of a TCS, they are planning, can our 50% guys work from home? So you look at all these Indian pure plays like TCS, Wipro, and all other organizations, they have more than 1,000, 100,000, 200,000. If you look at TCS, Accenture, Capgemini, they all have more than 200,000 people. So out of that, if 25% to start with can work from home, definitely, I guess that would be a very big change, the way we are working now. So this has literally induced us to think in a different direction. We started getting into too many options that, okay, can it be done, okay, without hampering the productivity? And I have seen all the news, see almost all the multinationals as well as Indian pure plays, they were mentioning that, okay, there is no impact because of a COVID. They are still managing. And 90 to 95% of work being easily delivered from an IT industry perspective, and things are being done. Impact real side is these IT companies are dependent on any other sectors. So if there is a problem on the sector side, guys, definitely it will impact to IT industry and all. Now, this COVID-19, this has acted as a catalyst to changes in the industry. So like IT industry, you would see that, okay, in each and every industry, people have started thinking, exploring various options that, okay, what changes they can bring or how they can really make it happen. Now, COVID-19 is inextricable part of our life. It is an integral part of it. So from that perspective, we will have to see how we can live with this. So already companies have started coming out with golden rules of social distancing. Okay, you would have seen that, okay, everywhere there is enough care is taken, because for all companies, say their employee safety is of utmost importance. So from that perspective, they are all trying to make changes which will not hamper their customers as well as their employees. Now the fourth and the most important thing is the policies have been lenient. You would have seen that, okay, NASSCOM was connecting with government, and there were a lot of relaxations. So earlier the rules were very strict. So from IT industry perspective, if I want to speak, there were certain rules and regulations, or if you see from a OSP side, other service providers, you would be seeing that, okay, there were restrictions that, okay, you cannot take laptops, desktops back to your home. But government is also thinking in that directions. So whatever the bureaucracies were there earlier as a part of this, those bureaucracies have been slashed down. There were different, say, approvals, and it used to be a bigger bottleneck to really take anything out of your ACZ, Special Economic Zone, or STPI, Software Technology Parts of India and all. From that perspective, governments are saying that, okay, yeah, work is first, and all other, say, institutions like NASSCOM, they are helping us to relax it, and government is also thinking in that particular direction. Last point I would just mention, say, whenever we look at India, okay, many a times we see that earlier the hygiene was a big problem. Mostly you would see that, okay, although there was the movement by our Prime Minister, say Clean India or Swachh Bharat was one of, say, big initiative and all, that really helped. But on top of it now, Corona really helped to add that element of hygiene everywhere. So the moment you go to any, see, offices or any societies and all, you would see that people, they are keeping up this sanitizers. Okay, everything is neat and clean. So we added this hygiene as a part of the way we are, say, living our life. Maybe in some bits and pieces or some pockets, this hygiene was not there, but now this is also a very important piece of our living at all. Now let me move to next. Say, what are those opportunities? So before I jump to my left side, it's IT opportunities. I would like to tell you something about my domain where I'm working now. So my domain is a QSR. What is QSR? It is quick service restaurants. Okay, so there are so many quick service restaurants, and the client, because of confidentiality, I cannot take a name. But let me tell you something about my client. My client has, or the account where I'm working, there are 37,000 and more restaurants in 120 countries. Now, for this 120 countries, and they are going for a digital transformation. So already we are working with this client from last 4 or 5 years. If you see, for these clients, pre-COVID, the intake, means a daily count of customers visiting these restaurants, was 68.5 millions. So 68.5, it's close to 7 crores, guys. Now, from 68.5 during COVID days, it has come to maybe 20 millions, 30 millions, and now again numbers are increasing. The way India also starting from 8th of June, there are in Europe, in Australia, New Zealand, in US, there were no lockdowns as such. And typically these restaurants are starting and they are picking it up and all. And now all these restaurants are thinking that, okay, how can we attract crowd? Okay, how customers can come to us? The real problem was because of this 2 months of problem and the way COVID cases were increasing, there were job losses of close to 70 million QSR workers and all. So from that perspective, people are thinking that, okay, let us come out with avenues where we can reinitiate this. We can get all our clients and all, and they are focusing on each and every client. Now, to support this 120, look at it, it's a large and very complex kind of digital transformation. So if you really focus on this specific aspect of digital transformation, it has everything. So it starts with your digital payments. So earlier, if you see, there are kiosks. Even if you go to say in a aviation space, you would see that, okay, there are kiosks. We get our say boarding cards and all. But now in this current scenario, would you really go for say kiosk? The answer is no. So you'll have to think, you'll have to start thinking about your strategy that, okay, how can I get my food which is touchless, okay, where I'm not touching any specific interface. All my mobile payments and everything should really happen very fast, where I'm directly getting my food and which is not a contaminated food and all. So people are thinking from that perspective. So one is definitely a digital payment, and that is one of a very big opportunity now. Each and everyone is thinking about it. Now, second is stabilizing the supply chain. So if you really think of this particular supply chain is, it is such a way planned. Okay, one of a startup company I was hearing here in India, where he was thinking to make some popcorns. And these popcorns, guys, for your information, he was of the opinion that if he can import corn from Argentina, it would be very, very cheap as compared to getting it in, say, maybe India. Now, another aspect is, see, as far as consumers are concerned, they are equally cost sensitive. At the same time, if you can see that particular difference. Now whatever the vegetables we get in say cities versus in villages, definitely the cost factor is less. The reason is the operation cost is low. Now from that perspective, people have started thinking that, okay, can I really stabilize this supply chain? Because of this COVID, it was completely stopped. So they are thinking about other vendors, they are thinking about different options so that it will really not impact their output. So this is a very good opportunity for supply chain people also. How can they stabilize it? Third and most important thing is from a perspective of a cash forecasting and optimization. So for all such businesses, let it be any business which is definitely on the cash. Every day you generate a cash, and based on that you pay your vendors. So there are some engines which are being planned about a cash forecasting. How can we optimally invest this particular cash? Where this cash would be paid to different vendors and all. So from that perspective also, we will have to start, say, thinking, and there are various opportunities into it. Now, in this QSR domain, you would have seen a lot of, say, third-party ordering and different avenues are there. You get food from various vendors, even in India nowadays. Now, how we can connect with all these vendors, get their service, okay, and really connect to our customers. Because see, even say the lockdown, I guess it is lifted, but many of us are really not thinking that, okay, we will be going back to the restaurants, we'll be going to the hotels, okay, or maybe we will travel, because that particular fear factor is still there. Now, from that perspective, people are thinking that, okay, we can connect with this TPOs, third party ordering folks and all, and we will reach out to the customers. For this, whenever you heard a digital transformation, you have one of a subject also as a part of agile and DevOps. Now, all these transformations where earlier, if you see every organization's architecture, that was a monolithic kind of architecture, okay, hard coded many a times and all. So they are changing that monolithic architecture into microservices. So couple of small services which we are developing, and we are using the methodology of agile. So definitely those who work in this specific space of agile and DevOps, there are many more opportunities, many more avenues to really work there, because these are the ones almost each and every organization is looking at it. Just for your information, if you see any IT organization and their results, 50% of their revenue, maybe check the latest results and all, you would see more than 50% of their revenue is because of digital and cloud. So guys, just think that, okay, digital and cloud, these are two very important say things which will come up, and it may go a very long way. So from that perspective, there are a lot of courses for agile, DevOps. You might have seen that, okay, Amazon, say how frequently they release their products. So it may be say every 30 minutes, some say that every 15 minutes and all. So you have to have that kind of infrastructure also ready, where you can keep on releasing your say new offerings to the customer as fast as you can. As I mentioned, the next point is a faster GTM. Every company wants to be a pioneer, that, okay, this is I am starting, this is a new functionality which I am giving it to my customer. There is a cutthroat competition, guys. So as far as gone are the days, say 20 years back when I joined, uh, at that point in time, there were no captives as far as the IT, this customers are concerned. Now, if you really look at it, there are captives, there are people who have joined from IT industry, they are with client, and it is very difficult to really work with a client. Okay, it is very challenging because of this competition among various vendors. Okay, India coming into a picture, definitely China is also there, and US people are there. Lot of innovation is taking place and all. So from that perspective, say we have to have a innovation and speed also one of a factor for this specific say industries. Let it be anything, say innovation will really go a very long way, and that will really help say to change the way companies are working and all. That is from a faster GTM perspective. But at the same time, okay, there are a lot of restrictions, guys, from a cost reduction perspective. So what we can do to reduce the cost? Okay, so from that way, all IT companies are also thinking that, okay, how can they reduce their operating cost and all? At the same time, customers are also thinking. So this is something which I thought that, okay, I should give you something on a QSR domain, and it is largely applicable. Most of the things are applicable for other domains also. Just to share one specific aspect over here, that is one of a survey which was conducted by Capgemini. So we have our Capgemini Research Institute survey, where what we did, we surveyed close to 5,000 consumers. Okay, to be precise, 4,800 I have mentioned over here. More than 950 executives from 12 major economies. So major economies is definitely US, and India is also part of it. UK, Australia, New Zealand, and all European countries. Okay, and we asked them that, okay, during this particular COVID time, what do you think, and what is their say, what are they thinking about say the future? Because many people are now predicting and all. Okay, although we are really not sure where we are leading, what would be the future, whether the vaccines will come well in time and all. Although everybody is, you would have seen a lot of news that, okay, people are saying that, okay, we are the first to generate this. Israel is saying that, no, we are the first. Oxford, okay, even this my lab in Serum Institute, they are talking about. So till and until this particular vaccine comes, clients are still worried, consumers are still worried, and they are thinking that, okay, how can we get this touchless interfaces, voice-based interfaces, guys? If there could be something on the adoption of facial recognition technologies. So guys, these are the outcomes of these specific surveys. Okay, can we really do something on our mobile and do all the transactions? You might have seen that, okay, the way cash transactions we are doing 2 years down the line, I guess the percentage was very less. And now that has significantly increased, improved to a very larger extent. Now, many of them, even you go to your vegetable vendors, okay, or let it be any vendors coming to you, okay, all payments, I guess, mostly we are giving these payments with the help of mobile. Okay, these payment gateways are there. And as a part of this, we could see that online shopping rising to 64% from 46%. So in next 6 to 9 months. So this is a news for retail. So when the retail thinks about it, they should have all these strategies ready. So guys, many times, whenever such predictions they come in, as a company, we should be ready that, okay, is it a case, am I really ready for this particular big change? Okay, whether my systems are tested in a proper way so that they will take a load of 100,000 people, 200,000 people. So from that perspective. Now let me move back to the IT opportunities. What are those? So I did speak about digital transformation. The another aspect is, I will say, cybersecurity. So guys, you might have heard that from a cybersecurity perspective, the way I guess all these online transactions are coming up, online things are coming up, there are bad people even in the society. Okay, I am talking about hackers, not the ethical ones, the hackers who are starting ransomware, different viruses and all. So cyber security will grow like anything. So very important, say those who are interested into this particular space, okay, they even can go for this ethical hacking kind of a courses and get into a cyber security. Over a period of time, guys, this will generate a larger revenues. Every client would need this, and it is mandatory now. Even if you go to European, US, let it be Australia, New Zealand, there are a lot of rules and regulations. Okay, from a cyber security perspective, a lot of assessments which are happening, whether say in many contracts, first and foremost, there is a cyber security assessment done for the vendors, for the organization, and there are deals which are happening. So this is also one of a very good opportunity in the IT space. Now, this video telephony, where this particular session is being done, it's a Zoom platform, guys, you might have seen. If you see this Zoom platform, this company although started long back, but suddenly this is a positive and a brighter side of a COVID. If you really see the share price of a Zoom, it in December 19 it was hovering around 62 dollars US dollars, and in month of June, now this particular share price has come to 223 US dollars, maybe this last week or this week itself. So look at it, the kind of people in this kind of a work from home, or while we are all locked at our home, we are connecting with each other, guys, and we want to see each other. So this particular platform has developed. So from a video telephony perspective, whatever the programming, softwares or anything, definitely there are a lot of opportunities over here. Now, from a perspective of, say, online education, if you see all schools, now colleges also, and even this particular session by college, so it's online education and all. So online education is also one of, say, opportunity in future that, okay, how can really we make it a success? So without any specific problems and all, the way I guess this particular session being done, okay, without any issues, without any problems and all. So from that perspective, there are companies who wants to provide the education. You would have seen a lot of, say, portals which are offering different courses and all. So they will need people to build their websites, to make it really smooth for all their clients and all. It's a second thing is coming up as a online healthcare. So during COVID and all, nobody wants to really go to see hospitals or maybe doctors and all. So they are more interested that, okay, if I can get it, unless and until it's something is emergency, we'll have to go to hospital. But as such, for our typical cough and cold, okay, we will really not go for this. Analytics is another thing. Then content streaming, okay, 5G, if you really look at it and all. So a lot of, I will say, job opportunities are there from a content streaming perspective. You have all these subscriptions wherever you see web series, okay, a lot of serials which have come in and all. It's a content streaming. So 5G, okay, we are every day at home and we are being entertained by these network providers and all. So there are opportunities as a part of this content streaming and all. And last but not the least, I have just mentioned here, and this I have seen predominantly as far as IT industries are concerned. See, whenever there are, if you want to reduce the operation cost, if you want to reduce the overall cost in say maybe this Western geographies and all, I have seen that this cost is being reduced because of my thing is, if low cost resources but highly skilled resources are available. So my take on that is there are many resources who are available in India. So we are ready to take on a very big challenge. Lot of work will be offshore to India, and India is ready for it. It is not only because of a low cost, but at the same time, we are highly skilled people. There are a lot of highly complex work which we are doing, and we are doing it really well. So that is one of the things I just wanted to mention on the IT opportunities part of it. I am just looking at a time. I have another. So let me go to some piece of advice. So guys, whenever I used to hear in my college days, okay, some 20, 21 years back and all, I used to think that, okay, that what is there for me? What should I really do? So from that perspective, I thought that, okay, let us write something or maybe whatever which I know and I can pass it on out of my experience. Okay. So first thing, let me tell you guys, you should not worry. Okay. All large companies, they are honoring your offers. So if there are any specific offers given by, say, organizations and all, in some cases, there might be some delays and all, but as such, people are being hired. For your information, in Capgemini, we are even hiring senior folks, okay, in this digital and cloud space. So it is not that there are no jobs, okay, there are problems, but there are many companies which are hiring. So you have a bright future, always keep in mind. Next thing for students, when they join any organization, typically you are a small part, a very small part of a very big ocean. You are one drop. Okay, and that is the case with anyone. Now, just to tell you about my account, I have more than 3,000 resources in 5 to 6 countries for this particular account. So my suggestion is whenever you join any engagement, let it be small, let it be big, let it be a big transformation kind of it. My suggestion to you is please understand client business. Please understand what is the intent of the project. Okay, how this particular project will really help client for their expected output and all. Very, very important, guys. Mostly whenever I connect with, say, all those graduate engineering trainees, people and all, they say that, okay, I am just doing this coding. Okay, what are you doing? I am doing this particular testing. So people or the students, when they join, they should start thinking about what is this client business? How much revenue can, say, your organization is generating out of it? Okay, what is the profit? How this particular project will help their clients or their clients customers. Okay, so you should understand the big picture about your engagement, and that will really help you to think big and understand the every spectrum of the industry and all. Don't work in a silo that, okay, this is given to me. He asked me for a coding, I coded. No, you have to understand that, okay, where this particular piece of coding really help in a bigger ecosystem and all. Now the thing is, this is my personal view, whenever you get opportunities, always see to it, and definitely your aspirations are the most important, but it would be really good to work in a sales. Sales is something, it is a client centric. You bring that engagement project, so you play a major role in generating revenue or delivery. What is delivery? You are executing that particular engagement and all. So the other departments are also there. They are the supporting ones, but always see that, okay, it's a sales and delivery. Now try, say, whenever people or the students, they join, this is the first day, first month. Okay, they're all say excited. They think that, okay, I'm now getting money and all, and then they lose their track. They don't have anything in fear, say, this is what I want to do and all. So my suggestion is, guys, be self-starter and self-motivated. In many organizations, you will see that, okay, there is no such governance. We always believe our employees. We always think that, okay, they come to organization for work and all. But if you cannot really work, or if you cannot finish that deliverable well in time, okay, you are looked at in a different way, or maybe there are some performance plans which are created for you and all. But my suggestion is always have your aim, that, okay, this is my aim, this is the way I'm going it. Now, when I joined, say, 2 decades back, that time IT industry was totally different, and now the IT industry is very different. Now look at it. See, earlier when I joined my organization, there were some 10,000, 12,000 resources. Today there are 200,000 people are there. So look at from a competition perspective. So there is a fierce competition, guys. So you have to be ready yourself, okay, to really bid this particular challenge and all. Okay, this is something, a piece of gyan, you would say, that, okay, acclimatize with latest technologies. I guess keep yourself up to date. Say what is, where the market is going, what are the new things which are coming up and down. And last but not least, my suggestion is, I guess you can speak and prioritize content. So whenever you are working on anything, any account, dealing with a customer and all, my suggestion is focus on your content part of it, what you want to really speak, what you want to really give and all. Communicate fearlessly, guys. Okay, don't worry that whatever you think, okay, whatever the doubts are there, you should be in a position to really put it to a management and all. And last but not least is, try to be very analytical. Okay, try to put it in the numbers. Like, say, suppose all these different reports are there, Gartner, okay, Nielsen and all. While you are dealing with your clients, if you can say, now suppose, what are the example I have given for say Agile and DevOps. Today, close to 57% of customers, okay, they are executing their custom software developments in Agile and DevOps. So whenever you speak something with numbers, okay, give some insight of the data to a customer really appreciate it and all. So that is something, a piece of advice from you. I'm sorry if you feel that, okay, this is too rhetoric, or you might be hearing a lot of times from your professors. I'm sorry for that. But anyway, this is what I thought. And this is my concluding slide, guys. Maybe, and I have taken it from World is Flat, Thomas Friedman. Okay, one of these particular lines, and which really helped me. And this is talking more about the purpose of life. Okay, maybe you might have seen this movie Lakshya, and in Lakshya, there till say half of the movie, this guy doesn't have any aim in a life and all, and then finally he has an aim. So if we can start really thinking that what I want to be, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, I guess things would really change. And that's the reason I have written this particular para over here. See, every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. Gazelle is a deer, hiran. In Marathi, harin. Okay, it knows it must run faster than the fastest lion, or it will be killed. Okay, so as far as what gazelle is thinking, that, okay, he has to run fast. than the fastest lion. Otherwise, so the purpose of his life is definitely saving his life is a purpose. That somehow I should save myself, that is a purpose. The second statement, every morning a lion wakes up. It knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. The purpose of life is here, it is the lion needs of food. So lion is thinking that, okay, I should get one gazelle who will not run as fast as I can. Otherwise, for me, I will starve to death. Okay, and it doesn't matter whether you are a lion or a gazelle. So my thing is, I guess for anything which you are doing in a life, let us have a purpose for it, and from that purpose perspective start planning it, that okay, this is my goal, these are my aspirations, here I can do things in a better way. I am 100% sure, folks, I guess you will reach there. So maybe I guess I will not really starve you too too much, considering 1 o'clock, and I know today is a Sunday. You may have some different plans and all. So from that perspective, I will just stop here. I hope and trust. Let me stop this particular thing, and this is the end of my session. So in case if you have anything specific or any questions, I'm more than happy to take it up.
Okay, thank you, sir, for this session. We got a couple of questions.
Yeah.
The first one was, sir, what is the scope now, future of startups in India now that COVID has changed their priorities from having aggressive growth and no profit to now running a profitable business?
Yeah. So as far as startups are concerned, guys, I did mention about innovation and speed. Okay, so many a times if you see all these large organizations, they have started with a startup. Okay, you know the story of Infosys, you know the story of Microsoft, or all these large organizations. So my suggestion is there is a very good scope, but at the same time, you have to be really subject matter expert. So my suggestion is always, whenever you want to get into the startup, look at it whether you have that specific knowledge. Okay, and at the same time, there are typically startups are hire and fire. Okay, these organizations, they grow exponentially, or many times there are challenges also. So from that perspective and your appetite, I guess you have to think whether you can really make it happen. And the startups, they have really, if the startup and the idea is good, you can really make your career also in that. I hope I answered the question. In case if there is any counter question, definitely I can take it up. Any other question?
Yes, sir. The next question is, can AI replace the role of IT engineers in India and other developing countries?
Can I? Sorry, go ahead.
Can artificial intelligence replace the role of IT engineers in India and other developing countries?
No, guys. See, always keep in mind, see, go back 10, 20 years. Okay, what are the things which we are doing? I guess we have added element of automation. We have added lot many tools, but at the same time, we are getting too many new emerging technologies. So it's not that, okay, we are being replaced. So my suggestion is always aim for something where, see, whatever which is possible with the help of robots, whatever which is possible with the help of automation, I guess we need not do that. Let us look at a bigger challenges. Let us look at many things like, say, in a machine learning space or AI, IoT. Okay, so the spectrum is really broad. So it's not that, okay, it is being replaced and it is really impacting any organization. But my suggestion is it's opening a lot of horizons for various job opportunities for you folks. So that is where I'm coming to. Any question?
Okay, thank you, sir. One more question we got.
Yeah.
Now that MNCs and startups have already begun the process of laying off, and it has especially affected the IT industry, which was one of the leading industries before COVID. And now it seems healthcare, pharma, and entertainment sectors will be growing. So how long will it take for IT industry to recover back to the normal, and will it affect engineering education as a whole?
No. I don't think that it will any time affect the engineering education. But the only thing, I guess, if you look at my piece of advice, guys, a lot of opportunities are there. See, why any startup fails, the reason is funding, maybe. Or maybe there are challenges with that idea. Okay, I will not say the startups fail only because of the challenges, but maybe with the different factors. So things like, if you really look at, say this startup is not working because of certain challenges, or maybe we are not getting the right expert and all. So my suggestion is, if you are an expert in that specific technology, okay, or the way whatever you have learned, you can apply the same learnings on the other clients, on the other engagements. Don't be pessimistic. See the difference between optimism and pessimism, two different things, guys. Optimistic person always see opportunities everywhere. Okay, let it be any problems and all. See, the optimistic person will see. In pessimistic person will always see that, okay, oh, what will happen if I am rolled off? What will happen if this industry will not survive and all? So my suggestion is, try to be innovative. Now this COVID has taught all these lessons, and that's the reason I started with my first slide, that let us start looking from a brighter side of it. What are those specific opportunities which are available where I can work, I can leverage my competency and capability? If that way, I guess things will change. It's a process to change our mindset. Rather than thinking in this particular direction, we have to make ourselves capable for any such challenges. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. We got a question from our principal, sir.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate more on scope of analytics for fresher engineers?
Yeah, so as far as analytics is concerned, guys, see, it's a data. It's a world full of data. So, and that has gone to such a level. Okay, just to share my experience, there were this Lakme fashion events and all. So I had an opportunity before COVID to go to one of the event and all. And there was, for all, say, various fashions which were presented on the dais. And when these fashion models, they were walking, there were people who were commenting on those. So based on the comment through NLP and all, okay, say they started writing algorithms and started coming out with the insights that how this data would be useful. Now, as far as the analytics is concerned, you look at it, you have a huge data. Now, you might have observed whatever the query you put on a Google, okay, say, suppose you write on a Google that, okay, I'm interested in this course. Suddenly a pop-up will appear in your Facebook page. Suddenly a pop-up will appear, you will start getting the messages and all. So there are all these engines, they are observing what you guys are doing, what you need. So the foundation principle behind all these things is a data. So you have see all your moves. Okay, now the way I'm walking, it's giving me that, okay, these many steps, these are the calories you burned and all. What is this? This is analytics. Okay, I'm saying all these movies based on my interest, the recommendations which I get, okay, on a Netflix or maybe on a Prime, Amazon Prime and all. What is this? This is a data analytics. So my suggestion is, I guess, first and foremost, for graduate engineers and all, they should understand the best of it. There are many tools which are coming up, and I know that, okay, there are a lot of tools which are getting obsolete over a period of time, but as such, the foundation, your structured query language, or maybe the way you write queries, your joint queries and all, that remains same. So my suggestion is, your relational database management systems and everything would be there. The only thing is the ease of fetching that data, or the AI coming into a picture, or integration of various tools together, which is helping clients, that will really help. So my suggestion is analytics, definitely, and I have mentioned that as one of emerging opportunity. So lot many things, and there is an ample opportunity in this space also.
Okay, thank you, sir. One more question from one of our students.
Yeah.
How would be the placements affected once we get back to normal?
No, I don't think the placements are affecting at all. And I've made it very clear that, okay, all these companies, as far as IT is concerned, they are honoring all your placements and all. You might have seen that, okay, and it's not only Capgemini, but even other organizations also. And there were news. But, and definitely, guys, we need you folks more. The reason is our cost is less. Okay, the way pyramid optimization is one of the important thing as a part of a cost reduction in any account. So consider a scenario, say wherever I am working and whatever company is paying me, if my work, if you can do, so let me ask that question back to the one who has asked this question. If he can do that, definitely this would be a lot of cost saving. So company can employ me for other strategic initiative or any other work. So lower the cost will really help to improve the profitability. You getting my point? So if anything where I am employing a manager level candidate, if that can be done by an engineer level candidate or a consultant level candidate at a lower grade, it will be very good profitable business for organization. So the thought process always should be that, okay, when you folks you come, definitely you will have lower packages as compared to the laterals or the very senior people which we have. How can you take up that work so that we move up in the value chain? So let me assure you that there are no challenges as far as this say IT industry are concerned, or maybe the other industries I really cannot comment and all, but there are very good opportunities in the field, and I can assure you lot many companies are thinking about say placements and all, and it's going on. So it might be virtual, companies may not come to your colleges and all, but it is still going on. Any other questions, guys? Any critics, any specific?
If you have any other questions, please feel free to post them.
Sorry? Yeah, you're asking.
Students, if you have any questions, please feel free to post them.
Okay, there are, I could see a lot of questions. Okay, it's thanks messages and all.
Sir, thank you on my personal behalf as well as on Institute's behalf for a very informative session.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
We'll be looking forward also for more and more sessions from your end.
Yeah, definitely. And Dr. Ghonge is my very good friend. So
yes,
definitely we will leverage our relationship and rapport.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for this industry institute partnership.
We'll reinforce our relations.
Definitely. Thanks for your time and patiently hearing.
Dhananjay, really you have added a pedestal to this platform, and you make us aware about this digital transformation upcoming situation after the pandemic. And really it's eye-opening. You make us aware. The Lion woke up every morning. So thanks for making this awareness about this. Really, in future also, I'm expecting some assignment from your side to our students and faculties.
Yeah, definitely.
Very thanks, dear.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you, sir, once again for your deep insights in future IT trends. Your information was indeed valuable, and surely all of us are now aware and will be updated on the recent IT trends. Thank you once again for accepting our invite and sharing your knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this information you have provided to us. I would like to ask all the participants to turn on their video so that we can have a few seconds. We can have a photograph. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us this information. And it would be really helpful for all the participants over here. We are really looking forward for your next session whenever it will be possible from your side and our side.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Thank you, Ghonge sir, principal sir, and all the participants, all the audiences, the team coordinators, all the student coordinators. Thank you very much for making this session very much successful. Now we will have a photograph. I would request all the participants to turn on their video.
The participants, for few seconds, please turn on your videos so that we can take a quick snapshot. We can discuss. Smile, please. All are looking very tensed.
Dhananjay, thank you. Huh? We'll meet very soon.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Veena sir, host.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Congratulations, all team.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, we are done with the snapshot. Thank you so much for all the participants for your support and for your big support for us for the snapshot. Thank you so much for attending the session.
The next session tomorrow will be at 10:30. Stay tuned for all the information on the Telegram group. It will be posted soon. Everyone,